1. Okay, so this range, where this is important, the range is important whenever we are discussing the circuit that consists of cascaded gates. Okay, one after another. If we are connecting gates, then the flow of signal, the voltage, we will consider the logic 0 and logic 1 as a voltage range. Okay, so you will understand later why I am talking about the voltage range, why I am not saying 0 volt and 5 volt. So if I am talking about the single gate, then I can say that I am applying a 0 volt, or I am applying a VCC or supply voltage, let's say 5 volt. Okay, so two discrete values we will take into account while discussing the operation. So basic gates available are 3 only, and rest gates are the derivative. Means from these 3 gates we will derive more gates. So basic gate available are only 3, and or not, and or not. 3 basic gates are there, and rest gate I will tell: NAND gate, NOR gate, XOR gate. Many gate I will tell you later, but all these 3 gates will be the derivative of the 3 basic 3 gates, and or not. So let's see what is NOT gate. So I will explain you the theory of the NOT gate. I will also explain you, if you are really using the NOT gate, how will you do experiment in the lab. Okay, so what will be actually NOT gate? If you are going to implement any circuit using this NOT gate, what will be the physical thing or component you are going to take at the time of experiment. Okay, so I will explain you in point of view as a in the, if you are working as in a lab. So how will you do the experiment using these gate? So you can consider that I will tell you about something about the lab experiments. So for suppose you are just see what is NAND gate. So NAND gate is a basic logic gate. Sometimes we call it as inverter. Sometimes we call this NOT gate, another name is inverter. It is not an inverter that we are using at our home to get the electricity when our main supply is off. Our inverters are there that will give the electricity, that will give the supply whenever main supply is off. So this is not that inverter. It is an inverter that is a logic gate that produces an inverted output. That's why I'm saying it is inverter, because it will always give you an inverted output, or you can say a complemented output. So NOT gate is a gate that produces an inverted or complemented output. So in other terms, you can explain the operation of the NOT gate. That means if suppose you are applying input 0, logic 0, it will produce opposite, means it will produce logic 1, or opposite, or vice versa, means if you are applying input 1, it will produce 0. So what it tells you, that this gate will have one input, only one input and one output. You please remember, this is the special gate that will have one input and one output only. Always it has one input and one output. What is the symbol? See, various symbols in books you will see. So I'm showing you the possible symbols available in the books. So you see, I'm showing a symbol. That why I'm showing you the symbol, because if you this is the symbol, this is not the actual circuitry. Actual circuitry is different. So basic component is actually transistor. So, and transistor register, if you are connecting a transistor register, then you will get the NOT gate. But here I am not showing the circuit. I am representing that gate using symbol. So what is the symbol of NOT gate? Symbol of NOT gate is the triangle and one bubble. This bubble shows the nature of complement, the nature of invert. Okay, so sometimes you will see the bubble. That means here, if suppose you are applying A input, after complementing, you will get the A bar. After passing through this NOT gate, you will get the output A bar, and it will be the complement. So let's say the output is Z. So Z will be equal to A bar. Here, you are taking input A, but before applying to this, it is inverting the input, and then it will give you the A bar. Again it will give you the this, but here you are applying a true signal A, but here you are applying a complement of A in the circuit. So here both symbols are same. Sometimes you will see a bubble after the triangle, sometimes you will see the bubble at before the triangle. Or another symbol is also possible for the NOT gate. So this is the symbol. So for both, you will use means sometimes you will see the symbol rectangle shape symbol in which 1 is written. So 1 will indicate you that this is the inverter or NOT gate. Now second, the next point is Boolean expression. Whatever be the function performed by the particular gate, it will be expressed in terms of Boolean expression. What is the use of Boolean expression? The Boolean expression use is to express the functionality of the logic gate in terms of the Boolean algebra, in terms of the a input and output. So let's say if you are applying input A and you are getting output Z, then how you will express the Boolean. Okay, sorry, I forget that triangles will represent your bubble. In the if you are showing the rectangle, this triangles will be there. That triangle will indicate the inversion. Okay, so if you are you want to represent this symbol, it is equivalent to this. This is equivalent to this, and this symbol is equivalent to this. So triangle will indicate the nature of the inversion. Here bubble will indicate the nature of the inversion. Okay, sometimes you will see a symbol simple triangle. So this simple triangle symbol is not a inverter. Please don't confuse. If you have a symbol that is only triangle, it is actually your buffer. This is another component. So please don't confuse with the NOT gate symbol and the buffer symbol. Buffer symbol will consist of a simple triangle or the single input and output, and one more enable signal output may be there, input may be there. But your NOT gate will be the triangle and bubble. Triangle and bubbles will be there. So please don't confuse with the symbol between buffer and the NOT gate. So this is the expression. So to represent a complement function in the Boolean expression, either you can use, there are various ways to represent the complement. Sometimes you will see this tick I am using here, or I will use a over bar. So if you want to represent a complement of the x, for example, so you will draw a over bar on the x that will show that this is the complement of the x. Okay, or sometimes if you are writing a program in the BSDL or any hardware descriptive language, you may use a keyword, not keyword. So not A is representing the NOT gate function. Okay, so this is the way to represent NOT gate in a simulation program. So if suppose you want to do the experiment in the lab, so what will you need? Okay, so if you want to do the if you want to see what is NOT gate in the lab, you need to bring a IC, integrated circuit IC, and the IC number is 7404. You please remember this number 7404. It is a IC 14 pin IC. So the exact name of the IC is hex NOT gate 14 pin IC, and its number is 7404. Why I am writing hex here? Because you will never get a IC that contains a single NOT gate. That contains a single NOT gate. No IC is available. So here one IC is available. That number is 7404. Some alphabets you will also see at the time of purchase that will tell you about some other features. So only you need to see the number 7404 to recognize that it is a NOT gate or any other gate. Okay, so this 7404 IC is 14 pin IC, and this 14 pin IC will contain hex, means 6 NOT gate. So 6 NOT gate will be available in the IC. So you remember this IC number. So how 6 gates are available in the IC, you see here in the schematic. This is the schematic of the IC. This is not the physical actual diagram, real diagram. It is not actual real diagram. It is just to understand what is how inverters are arranged inside the IC. So this is the schematic diagram. So you see that in the schematic diagram, I'm showing 14 pins. Numbering are there. You see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers I'm showing here. 7 numbers I'm showing here. So total 14 numbers I'm showing here. That is actually your 14 pins. So how inverters or NOT gates are arranged inside the in the IC? I'm showing. I'm telling you in terms of symbol. So this is the schematic diagram that is explaining you that how your gate 1, 6 gates are there. So this is the NOT 1. So input, if you want to apply the input at this this gate, that means you will use pin number 1. And if you want to see the output, you will see output at pin number 2. Again, if you want to use this gate, you will apply input at pin number 3 and you will see output at pin number 4. So what are the pin numbers you should remember? So here I am showing that the description of the 7404, that is telling you actually what is the function of the pin number 1, pin number 2. So this is the figure actual IC available in the market. If you will go to buy the IC in the market, you will ask 7404, then you will get this IC. So you see that these are the pins. These are the pins where you can make connections. So 7 pins are there in this side. 7 pins will be there on the other side. Okay. So how will you recognize that this which pin number is 1 or which pin number is 2? How will you recognize? So to recognize or to see which pin number is which, so you see the slot is there, cut is there. You see this is the cut. In IC you will see the cut or a notch. This is called notch. This cut is called notch. So you will identify the notch in the IC, or sometimes this dot mark is there. So if dot mark is there, then you will see the dot mark. If notch is there, then you will see first where is the notch. Once you will see the notch, then you will place your IC like this. Let me draw separately. How you will identify which what is the pin which pin number is 1, 2? How will you recognize? Just I am telling you how to see the pin numbers. So for example, see will take the IC and you will arrange like this. You will hold IC like this on in your hand. So once you will hold the IC and your notch is at the upper side, then you will start counting like following the U shape. In U means you will start from this pin from left hand side and you will write this is the pin number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you will go here 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So like this you will recognize the pin numbers. So you will follow the U. You will follow the U to count the number. You will follow the U and you will start from the top of the top from left hand side and you will go up to top of the right hand side. So for any IC you will follow this this rule. So in the this I am also describing this this pin IC pin numbers. So you see that pin number 1, it is the input 1, 2 is the output 1. So you assume that this is the first inverter, 3, 4 pins are for the second inverter, 5 and 6 for the third inverter, 7 is reserved. See, this 7 number pin is reserved for ground. Always you need 2 terminals for supplying ground and the supply. So 7 number pin is reserved for ground and 40 number pin is reserved for VCC supply voltage. Okay, and rest pin are for the first inverter, second inverter, third up to 6th inverter. So here I am showing you the pin numbers available. So in this circuit you can use any one for the experiment, any one for the experiment. So what is the truth table? As I said, NOT gate will always have one input and one output. So that means I will write the combination of the input and output. So as there is only one input, so I will write input. Let's say the name of the input variable is A and the output variable name is suppose Z. So you will write A and Z and then you will write the possible combination. So as we have only one bit, one input, so 2 combinations are possible. I already told you that 2 to the power n is the maximal combination possible for the n input. Okay, so possible combinations are 2 to the power n. So if your inverter n is, because single input is there, so n is 1, so total number of combination will be 2 to the power 1 equals to 2. So what are the possible combinations? 0 or 1. So if you are giving input 0, you will get 1. If you are giving input 1, you will get 0. So this is the representation of the function of the NOT gate. So as I told you that another way of representing the input and output is a timing diagram. So here I am showing you the input and output. So you see that if suppose your A is 1, your output Z is 0. If A is 0, your output is 1. If A is 1, output is 0, and so on. So this is the timing diagram for the NOT gate. So how your NOT gate is working, I am showing you here the operation using a symbol only. I am not showing you the actual circuit. To explain you the operation, I am taking a symbol only. Later, if suppose time will permit, I will tell you the basic circuits of the different basic gates. So you just try to understand what is happening here. If you want to experiment in the lab, what will you do? You will take IC and you will connect the VCC and ground, and then you will apply input. As you know that suppose I am using the gate, this first inverter I am using, so pin number 1 and 2 are there, so you will use pin number 1, you will connect this pin number 1, suppose this is my pin number 1, and this pin number 1 you will connect with the switch. So this is my switch, push button may be there, push button may be there. So push button is actually telling you that if suppose I am pushing the button, it is actually connecting with the my plus 5 volt. If my button is not pushed, that means it is open, that means it is connecting to ground. Okay, it is connecting to ground. So based on the button condition, it will connect to either 5 volt or it will connect to either 0 volt. Okay, so if suppose I am applying input, so I will use pin number 1, and output 2, I want to see the output. What is output? So you use the LED, you will use a LED. So LED will be like this, each LED will have two legs. So one terminal you will connect with the pin number 2 of the IC, and uh, one leg you will connect to the plus 5 volt. Okay, so this is the symbol of the LED, and here I am showing that if suppose you are applying one, your LED will not glow, your LED will not glow, because whenever we are applying a 1 here, your output is 0. So if your output is 0, okay, sorry, if this LED will glow whenever I will apply 0 here, it will glow or not? Okay, so it will glow or not, just to see this LED separately. So this is my symbol. My LED will this is cathode and this is anode. So if my cathode is connected to the 5 volt and this terminal is, I am changing 0 or 1, 0 volt or 5 volt, that will tell that your LED will glow or not. Let's see if LED is glow, when it will glow. Your anode should be equal to, your anode voltage should be equal to or greater than cathode voltage, then it will glow. Please remember, if suppose you are applying a 5 volt or more, then this LED will glow. And if suppose you are applying voltage that is below the 5 volt, or suppose you say 0 volt, your LED will not glow, it will be off. Let's say on and off. So means if suppose output is 5 volt, logic 1, you are applying at this LED, your LED will glow. If you are applying a 0 volt, LED will not glow. Okay, so let's see. If suppose I am connecting like this, so if suppose you are applying input 1, so that will generate a logic 0. Logic 0 means here you will have a 0 volt. You will have a 0 volt, that means this condition is that in this condition your LED is off. That means it will not glow. Clear? So you are applying a 1, you will get 0. So for this case your LED will be off, it will not glow. If suppose you are applying a 0 input, you will get a 1, and in this case your LED will be on, it will glow. So this is the indication of on, this high and low. So here I am assuming on means your output is 1 and off means output is 0. So first case I am showing here. Second case, this is the second case when you are applying 0 here. You are applying 0 here, then you will get 1. Okay. So your LED will glow. Another way of representation of truth table is, as I said, if you are using positive logic and negative logic, there is another way to represent truth table. Let me tell you. In terms of 0, 1, you can tell. Another way of representation is to tell in terms of high and low. As I said, there are two logic, positive logic and negative logic. See, if you are changing the logic, your the function will totally change. Okay, that's why this is very important to understand that in which logic we are writing the truth table. So if suppose I told you that 0 in the positive logic means low and 1 means high. So I am writing in short L for low for L, high for H. So in terms of low and high, I will write here 0 means L, here 1 means H, here 1 means H, 0 means L. So in this way, this is my positive logic. Truth table of NOT gate based on positive logic. And suppose I am again writing a truth table using negative logic. You see the difference. And you remember that if you are writing a truth table using negative logic, you see the difference in the truth table. In the negative logic, I told you that 0 means high. I'm writing in short H, and 1 means low. I'm writing in short L. So again, I will replace 0 with the H and 1 with the L. 1 is replaced with the L, and 0 will replace with the H. You see the difference. See in these two tables, see the difference. I am representing this truth table, but if you are using positive logic, you see the truth table. If you are using negative logic, you see the truth table. Now come to the next basic gate, AND gate. So AND gate is an electronic circuit that will produce that will do a logic operation. But the important thing in the logic operation of the AND gate is it will produce a 1 whenever all the inputs are 1. Whenever all inputs are 1, it will produce 1. Otherwise, it will produce 0. Okay. And you remember that it will have the number of inputs, minimum number of inputs will be 2 or more. Minimum input 2 it should be there in the AND gate. Multiple input you can apply, but minimum input should be present is 2. And output will always a single. Output will always single. So here I am showing the schematic of the symbol of the AND gate. So this is one way of drawing a symbol of the AND gate. So here I am showing you the AND gate that has the multiple input. So I am naming it as A, B, C, D up to N. So N input AND gate I am showing you here, and a single output X is there. So another symbol that we generally use is this. So here I am applying ABC up to N and one output X. So this is another symbol of the AND gate we generally use. Sometimes you will see this symbol in the books also. So don't confuse. This you are very much familiar. This is AND gate. If you know the AND gate, that please don't confuse. This is a symbol, AND gate symbol. AND gate symbol. Now see what is the Boolean expression for the AND gate. How you will express in terms of Boolean algebra. So if you have multiple, let's say n input, so you will arrange all input variables. So input variable I am saying A, B, C, D up to N. So you will arrange all input variable and you will separate all variable with dot. So dot is the symbol that is representing a AND operation. Dot. Dot is representing a AND operation. So all inputs you will arrange, you will separate by the dot. Okay. So this is the real IC. If you want to do experiment using AND gate, you will bring IC, and it is again a 14 pin IC. 14 pins will be there, but the number is changed. Number is for AND gate IC is 7408, and it is a quad 2 input gate IC. Its name is quad 2 input gate IC. This quad indicates that how many AND gates are there inside the IC. Quad means 4. So if I will show you the schematic, so you see the inside how your AND gates are arranged. So there are 4 AND gates. That's why I'm saying this IC is quad. Okay, 2 input. Each gate has 2 input. Okay, each gate has 2 inputs. That's why I'm saying this name quad 2 input AND gate, and it is 14 pin IC, and its number is 7408. But here you see that 74 is there, 08 is there, but some additional alphabets are also there. So these additional alphabets are actually telling about some features. So HC is actually telling you something about features. So I will tell you in detail what this HC is representing. What this HC stands for, this I will tell you in detail later. So only you remember that this is the IC number 7408 that you will see while purchasing the IC. So as I said, 7 number pin is reserved for ground and 40 number pin is reserved for VCC. And if you want to use the gate, you will, if suppose this is the first gate, this is second gate, third gate, fourth gate. So you should know that where you need to apply the input. So this is the pin number 1, you will apply the input, whatever be the, if suppose I am saying A, and this pin number 2, you will apply input B, and 3 number pin is reserved for output. You will see the output. You will see the output. That means you will connect any LED. So LED will indicate on and off. LED will indicate logic 0 and logic 1. So you will use the LED at the output at pin number 3, and you will connect the switch at the input pin number 1 and 2. Okay. So push button you can use, that will connect you this pin number 1 with the VCC or 0. Same push button you will use for at pin number 2 to connect with VCC or 0. Okay. So if suppose you want to do experiment in the lab, you will use the breadboard. So this is the breadboard, and I insert the pin in the breadboard like this. So you see, this is the slot. You see, 2 slots are there in the breadboard. 2 slots are there. So this indicates that this hole and this hole are separated. So you will insert your IC. 7 pins you will insert this side, 7 pins you will insert this side, and these holes are actually internally connected. Means if suppose you are inserting a wire here, and you are inserting a wire here, that means internally these 2 wires are connected. Okay, these 2 wires are connected automatically. No need to join these two wires externally. Okay, so four holes are available. So 4 legs or 4 components you can insert, and they will automatically connected inside the breadboard. And in this side, some holes are there. So you see that these holes are horizontally connected. These holes are horizontally interconnected. So these 5 holes are internally connected. These 5 holes are internally connected. And if you want to join more components, that means you will insert a wire to connect. See, if suppose here I am showing you the wire, that is one point is connected here and one point is connected here. That means now these five holes and these five holes are now joined. So means whatever the thing, suppose wire you are connecting and one wire you are connecting, that means these two wires are actually connected because it is internally connected. So all these five holes are now joined together because of this wire. Otherwise, these are the five holes that are internally joined. If you want to join more components, so you will join. Okay, to increase the number of holes, you will join these holes, these two holes. So these actually in the breadboard, these are actually isolated. But if you want to use these holes as a to connect the things, so you will add wires externally. So as I said, these holes are vertically connected and these are the horizontally connected. So this line is generally used to give the supply or ground. So both sides, this type of holes will be there, horizontal holes will be there. So for the simplicity, we will use these horizontal holes. For one side we will use for supply and one side we will use for ground. Okay. So I am just showing you the real IC and the schematic. So you understand this. If you want to connect input, this is the pin number 1. So you will insert the wire in this. That means you can access the pin number 1. This is pin number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here I am showing you in the schematic also. So 7 number pin, this 7 number pin is reserved for ground and this 40 number pin is reserved for VCC. So what will you do physically at the time of experiment? You will connect a wire. This is 40 number pin. So you will connect this wire here, and then you will provide a supply. That means you will connect a battery here. Okay, you will connect a battery here, and another wire you will use to give the ground. So this 7 number wire, at 7 number pin you will connect a wire, and you will connect here in the horizontal. So whenever you will require a ground, you can use these holes. Okay, but these horizontal holes. So this always will be at 0 volt, and these holes will always be at 5 volt if you are connecting a battery here. Then we will connect the inputs, and then we will verify the truth table. So what is truth table is there? I am telling you about the 2 input AND gate. That means n is equal to 2. So total possible combination you will indicate 4, because 2 to the power 2 is 4. So you will indicate total possible combination 4. So you can write these 4 combinations in sequence. You please don't forget that always in a truth table you will write combination in a sequence. You cannot write randomly. Okay. So here I am first writing 0, 1, 2, 3. These are the decimal equivalent of this combination. So this is my first combination 0, 0. That equivalent decimal equivalent is 0. 0, 1 decimal equivalent is 1. 1, 0 decimal equivalent 2, and 1, 1 decimal equivalent is 3. Okay. So you please remember, you will write in sequence. Now how I will decide X? As this is a table of the AND gate, and I said that this is the condition that when all inputs are 1, then only you will get 1. Otherwise, for all rest cases, you will get 0. This is the beauty of this gate, that you will get 1, and whenever you will have all inputs are 1, then you will get 1. So what, in a simple manner, I can explain you. You can assume that your inputs, suppose this is your input A, and this is suppose your input is B, and this is suppose your LED or bulb. So actually the input actually are connecting in series. That's why it will give you truth table like this. You just verify. If suppose I am applying a voltage, suppose 5 volt. Now see the condition. These are my switch. So whenever a switch is closed, that means this point is now joined here. Whenever this switch is open, this point is open. Okay, if these 2 points are disconnected, you see these 2 points. These 2 points will be connected if your uh, this switch is closed. Okay, if it is open, these 2 points are isolated. Okay, and you know that if you want to glow LED, you need to supply a proper voltage. You want to glow a bulb, you need to supply a voltage. So you know that your bulb will glow whenever you will apply a supply volt 5 volt, for example. That means a closed loop circuit should be formed. So you see here, actually your input A and B are arranged in the series. So what will happen if suppose, just see, verify the operation. If suppose you are applying a 0 0, so 0 means I'm saying 0 means open, 0 means switch is open, and 1 means I am saying switch is closed. So 0 I am saying it is open, switch is open, and 1 means I am saying switch is closed. So what will happen, you see, for the first combination, if you are applying a 0 means your switch is open, that means this point is disconnected, this point is disconnected, that means this bulb will not supply, because it is not connected, so bulb will not get a supply. So this point is disconnected, so loop is not forming here, so your bulb will not glow. So glow, not glow, and glow. So I will write a glow as on, and I will write not glow as off. So off means I am saying 0, and on means I am saying 1. So if you are applying a 0 0, your bulb will not glow because your circuit is not closed. Because 5 volt is now not connected to the bulb, so your bulb will not glow. So you will get a 0. It will be off, so you will get a 0. Next case, if suppose you are applying a 1 here, A is 0, B is 1. So B is 1 means now these 2 points are now joined. So these 2 points are joined, but still it is not connected. It is not forming a loop. Again, it is not connecting. This bulb is not connected to the supply. Your bulb will not glow. That means it will be off. Again, you will get 0. Third case, your A is off and B is on. B is off, open. That means your circuit is disconnected here and your circuit is connected here. But as it is disconnected here and it is in series, again your 5 volt is not actually connected to the bulb. Again your bulb will not glow. That means it is 0. Now if A is 1, that means this switch is closed. B is 1, that means this switch is closed. Now you have a closed loop circuit. That means this 5 volt is now connected to the bulb. This circuit is now closed and this 5 volt is actually applied across the bulb and this bulb will glow. So I am saying it is on. So that means you will get 1. So please remember this series circuit, series switches for AND operation. So what is the beauty of this AND gate is that it will give you 1 whenever all inputs are 1. Okay. So again you convert this truth table as positive logic and negative logic. Convert this table as a homework. So whatever I told you, I am showing you here. So if I want to do an experiment, I will take the one gate from the IC. So any gate I can use, but here for the experiment, let's say I am taking a first gate. So I will use pin number 1. This is the pin number 1 I am indicating here, and pin number 2 I will take for experiment, and And pin number 3 I will use to see the output. So I will connect a LED here. So these are the push buttons, and these are the resistors. Two resistors we will add to protect the circuit. Okay. So 000110 combination we will apply across the AND gate, and we will verify the truth table. Next is OR gate. So OR gate is a gate that will produce output 1 whenever any one, at least one input is 1. Okay, let's say if suppose A, B, C, A, B, C up to N. The symbol, let me show you the symbol for the OR gate. So this is the symbol of the OR gate. So this is the curved line here, and these are two also curved line, and multiple. This gate is also, it will take multiple input. At least a minimum 2 input should be there. Minimum 2 input should be there. So if suppose you have multiple input, n input, so I will apply A, B, C variable up to n, and output will be always single. So let's say Z. So this is the symbol of the OR gate. This is the symbol of the OR gate. And what is the definition of the OR gate? This OR gate will produce 1 whenever any minimum 1 is available at the input. Minimum 1 is available. For example, if suppose all inputs are 1 except B, all inputs are 0 except B, as B is 1 suppose, then you will get a 1. If A and B are 1, and rest are 0, again it will give 1. So I am saying that whenever any at least one input is 1 and rest is 0, it will produce 1 output. So the way to represent the OR operation in the Boolean expression, we will use a symbol plus. We will use a symbol plus. Means if suppose you want to show the expression for the OR gate, for the n input OR gate, you will separate the variable with the sign plus. This is the mathematical operator plus symbol for the OR gate. Whatever be the number of inputs you will arrange, you will separate by the plus sign. Equal to Z. So this is the Boolean expression. This is the Boolean expression. Now the truth table for this is, let's say 2 input OR gate. The input variables are A and B. Input variables are A and B, and output is Z. So truth table, you will show 2 input and you will show 1 output. And you will first write all possible combination for the 2 input. There are 4 possible combinations. So I will write in sequence, and then I will write the output. So as I said, if any input is 1, it will produce 1. So you see that in A and B is 1, so you will produce 1. Here A is 1, so again it will produce 1. Both are 1, again it will produce 1. but for 0 0 it will produce 0. So this is the beauty of this gate, that it will produce 1 when any minimum 1 is available at the input. So to explain this operation, or to verify this truth table, I will arrange the switches. Again, I will represent A and B as switch, but this time my switch will arrange in parallel. This time my switch will arrange in a parallel. Again, I will redraw. This is my A and this is my B. And these two switches this time for the OR gate is actually arranged in a parallel. Again, I will use bulb to indicate the presence of the logic 1 and logic 0. Okay. So here I am using a battery, and it is my OR gate, and I am saying this OR gate, two switches are there that are connecting in parallel. So just to verify, if suppose this switch is open, 0 means open, 1 means close. So first case I will verify. If A is 0, B is 0 means both switches are open. Both switches are open means the circuit is not complete, loop is not forming here, your bulb will not glow. That means output will be 0. Next case, if A is 0, that means if this switch is open but this B switch is closed. So you see that whenever this B switch is closed, that means this connection from this 5 volt to bulb is now established. So this is now closed loop. So your 5 volt is now applying across the bulb. Your bulb will glow. So bulb is glowing, that means your Z is 1. Second case, if your third case, if suppose A is 1, that means it is short and it is open. So now this loop is forming through this path. Again, closed loop is there, but the path is different. No, it doesn't matter to the bulb. It needs only supply. So you see that if A is closed, means because I am saying A is 1, your 5 volt is applied across the bulb. Your bulb will glow. Okay. Third case, if your A and B both switches are open, that means your connection will establish, a loop will establish, though the intensity of the bulb may be different because now two resistances are coming in parallel. So you have this is the matter of discussion of the numerical. So just I'm not discussing, just I'm telling you in a simple way. Only you assume that your switches are idle, and whatever be the switch condition of open and close, your voltage battery is connected across the bulb. So in this case, if both switches are open, ultimately again it is a closed loop. Your 5 volt will be applied across the Z and your bulb will glow. So in a simple way, I can explain in terms of close and in terms of switches. If suppose you want to explain the operation of AND gate, you will assume switch that are connecting in series. So if suppose you have more than 2 inputs, so you will arrange multiple switches as it depends upon the number of input. So 3 input are there, so you will arrange 3 switches. N number of switches are there, so you will arrange N switches, but in series in case of AND gate. If suppose you have three or input OR gate, so you will arrange the switches in the parallel. So multiple switches you will arrange depends upon the number of input of the OR gate or AND gate. Okay. So don't worry, if suppose someone asks you to explain of 5 input, don't worry, you arrange all switches in parallel for the OR gate, and the operation will be same. The explanation will be same for the AND gate or OR gate. Only you will understand the logic, series and parallel, so you can easily explain. So this is all for today. So tomorrow I will come with more logic gate operations. So some complex gate I will discuss tomorrow. So hope you understand the truth table, how to write the truth table, and how to write the Boolean expression, what is the symbol for the particular gate, and what is the mathematical operator we will use to indicate the logic operation not or and. Okay, logical operator I said, for the not I use a over bar, for the AND operation I use the dot, and for the OR gate, for the AND gate I used a dot, and for OR gate I used plus. So these are the mathematical operator that we will use to indicate a logical operation in the Boolean expression. Okay, so these are the symbol that we will use to form the circuit, and these are the mathematical operator we will use to write the Boolean expression. And this is the representation of the dependency of input and output, that is your truth table. So for homework, you please draw the timing diagram for the AND gate and OR gate. And you please WhatsApp me. That is all for today. So any doubt? If you have any doubt, you just ask, then we will leave.
No, madam.
If you have any doubt, you please ask, then we will leave.